Okay. What? I know which one I want to do next. I just don't know how to accomplish it.
You're here to slay her.
Okay, I've said all this already. So let's go to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path. A warning, she will lie. We're not going to go through. Ignore him. The interior of the cabin is almost... The blade is your implement.
I'm gonna take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing her voice carries.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. Don't let it fool you.
He's very much in charge. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise.
Thanks.
Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes. She's so coldly beautiful. Focus on the task at hand.
Focus.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
Yeah. I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
I'm gonna save here. Oh, I should have saved in a different slot. Alright, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I know what I did, Kohu. We can get back to that point. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. We can get back to that point, Kohu. I fucked up. I know I fucked up. I can't undo it, can I? I realized what I did right as I clicked. I mean, like, in a new file, if I make a new game. If I do a new, like, completely new game, I can get back to that.
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
I'm gonna drop it.
The blade tumbles out of you.
Thank you.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need...
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Very awkward. I've asked all of this already.
Do you?
Yeah, I know.
Don't just tell her
that. Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
A long time.
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so... dangerous?
No, but I'm sure they have their reasons for keeping their information secret from me. I was hoping you'd tell me.
Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
I'm gonna say, okay, we've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here. Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
No.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
I'm not sure how to get to the
I'll be
path that I
here.
want.
You would someone else.
Yeah, return.
You make your way back easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Alright.
Without hesitation, you bring the blade down. The princess flinches as you strike, and your weapon sinks into her shoulder.
You bastard. If I have to kill you to leave this place, I'll do it.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's unarmed and there's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you raise your blade to strike again, she kicks out, knocking your legs out from under you. The two of you struggle on the ground. You lash out with the blade, slicing wherever you can. Her fists connect with your body again and again, each blow stronger than the last, shattering bone and rupturing tissue with reckless abandon. Forget trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got. You roll out of her grasp and shakily push yourself back to your feet. Though every inch of you is in pain, the princess probably has it worse. Blood pours out from countless gashes, staining her once pristine dress. She pauses for a moment, catching her breath, staring at you with wild eyes. We can still turn this around.
Finish the job.
You steel your resolve and take another step towards the princess. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? What was that about not making it out of here alive?
Don't worry about it.
Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh.
The two of you fall to the floor.
Well, this works. This is still something new.
This was fun. You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder. Do you really think this is the end?
Nah.
But you don't have the time to worry over her words. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The adversary.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
She's going to kill me again. Oh, wait. But I already slew the princess. Sure, she also killed me, but I definitely got her. Why am I here again?
I can assure you that you didn't slay her, and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time.
Don't think that's the case,
If you
buddy.
don't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
No new voice?
That's fine.
There it is.
It doesn't matter if he can hear us. The only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning. That's the spirit. There's no point in squabbling when the real threat is just up that hill.
I've already said this. Have I said it was stubborn, though?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We did our best with the information we were given, and we did kill her. And yet you still died, didn't you? So congratulations, you've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along... What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We killed the prince. Yeah. Had you failed? Ugh. Enough with the talking. We've got a fight to win. Nothing else matters.
So the stubborn is just all about fighting.
I couldn't agree more. The cabin and your destined confrontation with the princess awaits.
Let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
We killed each other last time. How can I make sure that doesn't happen again?
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
To quote you from last time, she's just a princess. Why was she strong enough to beat me to death with her bare hands?
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine. Oh, this is maddening. Why do you keep asking questions?
Because I'm curious.
There's nothing wrong with getting the full picture of what's going on here. Sure there is. It's wasting time and energy that would be better spent fighting.
Who locked her in the basement? What is this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are. Oh, I didn't know we were special. Yeah, I like the sound of that. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
Oh.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin. Warn, she will lie.
Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight.
Are you sure
Wow.
about that? The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. So don't trust her. Ever. Are we clear?
Super clear.
Crystal. Let's just get on with it already.
The cabin is tighter than its
Oh.
exterior would suggest. Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Oh my.
See? Even the cabin has the right idea. Let's get moving.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Look, I used a different slot this time because I'm smart. This whole cabin is different than last
Very
time.
different.
I honestly didn't mean to save in that slot the first time, Kohu. It was just pure instinct of just like, I'ma click this. And then I did.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
It's not true.
So focus up. The world is depending on you. You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you
I
descend.
love all the different
The air
like
seeping
cabins
from
and
below is
basements they've
heavy
come
and
up with. They've
oppressive,
really put a lot of
with
thought
an
into
almost
it.
sulfuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening.
What would my cabin and basement be? Okay, so it would be like cozy cottage with like a sunroom attached and like plush carpet so that you could like lay on the carpet in the sun. And something that's like not too big but not too small, like just cozy, quaint, comfortable with like dark wood and lots of windows and decorated with plants, lots of catnip. There's cat trees everywhere, fun stuff like that. And then in the basement, it would be like set up for Dungeons and Dragons, and I'd be sitting at the DM position on the table, and I'm chained to the wall there sitting at the DM seat at the table, and there's a cat.
Sounds like my kind of princess.
I am 3 cats in a trench coat, yes. Yeah, the objective is to find like 3 more people and then make a schedule that matches so that you can meet at least once a month.
As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight.
It would still be a pristine blade, but like the hilt would be made out of like a set of dice.
As you descend the final
Oh,
step,
she's a demon.
the form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall. It looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us. And you brought your little knife, too. Yes. I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
You look different.
You look exactly the same.
Alright, fine. I believe you. What? What you said earlier in the woods, I believe you. You've already met the princess, and the princess has already met you. That's all the more reason to take this seriously. You don't know that whatever brought the 2 of you back to life isn't a fluke. And beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me! I don't remember. Are you okay? Of course I'm not okay! As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die.
Just because it bothers you, I'm going to take this even less seriously. You don't know the depths of my apathy.
You're joking, right? I'm just going to pretend that you're joking.
Yeah, you better be joking. We can't win unless you take this seriously.
I'm not saying I'm not here to fight, but I think the 2 of us have a few things to unpack first, like how we're both still alive.
What is there to unpack? I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes for you. There. Unpacking done. Don't you get it? We've been given free rein to wail on each other. Forever.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So you do remember me.
Oh, I remember you all right. Best 3 minutes of my life. So, why don't we do it again?
Wow, 3 minutes, chat? That's 2 minutes longer than I thought I would last.
See? She wants to fight us again. There's no reason for us to stand around talking.
Alright, I'm gonna attack her.
Finally ready to complete your destined task, you launch off the wet stone floor of the basement and catapult yourself headlong towards the princess. Here we go. Let's make this count.
Oh, we'll make it count all right.
As you bridge the gap, your blade slashes across the princess's chest, splitting skin and drawing a jagged line of bright red blood. But she's unfazed by your onslaught. Her expression barely changes as her fist collides with your ribs, cracking them like twigs and driving you right back down to the basement floor. You can hear her chains snap as you struggle to recover from the impact.
She almost looks
disappointed in us? Why is she disappointed in us?
Oh, you don't actually get it, do you? That knife may be sharp, but you clearly don't want to kill me. It's not fun if you hesitate. It's not fun if you try to trick me and make me bleed out. It's only fun if you go straight for the heart. You need to put everything you have into seeing me dead. Or what's the point?
I like how her design, like, I know she's a demoness, but I do also like how her design reminds me of gargoyles. Because that was one of my favorite cartoons growing up.
So don't be afraid. Don't hesitate. Kill me.
Don't let her get in your head. Reincarnation or not, this world needs you to win. She's huge, but that probably means she's slower than us. Take it slow, think it through. Don't panic. Bleeding her out is our best course of action. Don't listen to them. She understands something that they don't. The only way to win, the only way out of this is through her.
I'm going for this one.
You push yourself off the ground and attack the princess, trying to bait an opening. Do your best to outplay her, slashing out and leaving red cuts in the tattered remains of her white dress. But you have little room to maneuver. For every glancing blow you manage to land, she slams you against the wall in retaliation, each impact threatening to be the last. This weak little dance isn't working. Just toughen up and overpower her. She's throwing us around like a ragdoll. I think overpowering her is a little out of the question.
We're getting Loki'd.
Did you think you could stop me with a few cuts? All this dancing around is doing nothing but annoying me. I own this place, and I own you.
Oh, what are you gonna do to me?
The princess's arm shoots forward, her palm wrapping around your head, fingers gripping your skull.
She's gonna brain me.
How disappointing.
She squeezes, the pressure unbearable as her fingers dig into your scalp. The last thing you hear is the unsettling crack of your skull and the sickening churn of what was your grey matter. Everything goes dark, and you die.
That's okay, because this should get me to chapter 3. Hey! Let's go.
You're on a path in the wood. If you weren't so damned afraid of what she'd do to you, we wouldn't have died back there. Fear is good. Fear keeps us alive. We died because you didn't have enough of it.
No, we died because we hesitated, and if we would have just gone straight for the heart, then we would have won. Yeah, some of these make my stomach churn every so often. It's just like they catch me off guard.
So what? You'd have us cower in a corner? No, but that place suits her better than it suits us. She's big. We can't hope to find holes and openings down there. We need more room if we're going to survive. Are you suggesting luring her into the woods? Do you have any idea how dangerous that would be? If you lose sight of her, if she manages to slip away, that's it. Game over for everyone, yourself included. Are you not challenging us on all the looping? Have you known about it the whole time? Are you the same one we've been talking to since the beginning? Sorry to disappoint what I'm sure must feel like a grand revelation, but that's not what's going on here. We've never met. Then what is going on? What's going on is that you'd only be saying the things you've been saying if you'd already been here, and if you'd already seen things you weren't supposed to have seen. It doesn't matter. We could go in circles forever. I don't like staying still for too long. Let's get to the cabin, see this through. It's good to know that at least one of you is still capable of reason. We may have the same destination, but we're not the same. You are still an other, and I don't trust you. Well, fortunately, you have an entire trip through the woods to reconsider that. There's nothing to reconsider.
This music kind
We're
of makes
all
me
for
think of Little
violence here.
Nightmares. When they're on the ship.
Are we? I haven't signed off on anything yet. Violence is the answer here, but the method is equally important to the act. You can't let her leave the cabin. It's like I said, all just circles. Instinct tells me we need space, and I trust instinct. Nothing. –
We haven't talked enough about
It's
how
evidence
different this
of one
place
of
is.
many ticking clocks. You can't let her spread any further. Things are always changing. She changed, the cabin changed, we've changed. Why wouldn't the woods change too? Because they're not supposed to have changed. This is supposed to be a path in the woods. If it's not, it means something's gone horribly wrong.
Alright, to the cabin.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up the
Ooh.
hill at the cabin. I hope you've given serious thought to your predicament.
Yeah, I totally have.
No last advice for us? No words of warning?
Nah, we're good.
From what I gather, you've heard it all before. There's no use screaming into the wind. I don't know, screaming sounds pretty good right about now. I could use a little catharsis. Catharsis is for when we're finished. For now, we need to hold it out in front of us, something to chase. The interior of the cabin is suffocatingly tight, more of a glorified tunnel than a building. Its stone walls squeeze against your sides, leaving you no choice but to press forward. The only furniture of note is an iron altar jutting out from the wall, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right. See? We have even less space than before. We need space or she'll kill us. And the only space is out there. Take it.
Take it?
You take the blade from the altar. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. There's no overcoming her without it. We need every part of us to survive, and that steel claw is as much a part of us as any. You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it, as if you don't see it. You do see it, right?
I see a mirror, but you don't.
All we see is a damned mirror. It's a bit grimy. Why don't we wipe it clean? You reach forward and drag your hand across the door leading to the basement. As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping against the floor as it reveals the dim path ahead. Before you is what may as well be a sheer cliff face. There are enough footholds that you'll be able to clamber your way to the bottom, but it will require careful effort. The air hissing up from below is warm and wet, like the breath of an enemy locked in close quarters. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice, bold and fierce and impatient, echoes from the chamber below.
Do you have more fight in you than last time? That was such a disappointing show. I know you can do better than that.
I can?
Goad her. Rile her up. If she's angry, she'll make mistakes.
If you want to fight, how about you come and get one?
That's not how this works. I'm all chained up, remember? How about you come down here and fight me?
Those chains were nothing to her last time. There'll be nothing to her this time. But we need to show ourselves first to make her boil over. Fine by me. You've nowhere to go but down. You start the difficult journey, gripping the stone, lowering yourself.
I wonder if she's
going
gonna
to
look like this time.
But soon, there is solid ground beneath. Remember, every crack and crevice will need to be faster than her. You turn to face
Hi.
what lies at the end of the narrow tunnel. The princess, imposing and tightly muscled, grins back at you from the darkness. Her face widens into a broad grin.
There you are, knife in hand. How thrilling! Attack me, bleed me, twist the blade in my flesh, break your bones against my body. I want a real challenge this time.
Oh my.
We can't get that close. She'll kill us in the tight space, steel claw or not. Make her come to us, stand beyond her chains, let her become frenzied. She'll break them. Then we run.
I don't think that worked last
I
time.
really don't like the sound of this. It's the only way we live.
Or I could just go in and stab her.
Well, what are you waiting for? If we're gonna do this right, you can't be scared. You need to want this as much as I do.
Oh, I want you.
So go on. Make the first move. Don't keep me waiting.
I'm learning how to save in this game, chat. I'm learning. We can always fight when we're done. Not down here. We want a really good fight. If you want to see me best. Why don't you want to be free? Why do you insist on fighting me? I'm not fighting you. I'm gonna just straight try to kill her. I don't think there's really anything else that can come from this. I could be completely wrong, but I'm just gonna straight try to kill her because last time doing the dip and dive didn't work, though granted that was to get this pathway. So I'm just gonna kill her.
Change your plans, boys.
Let's Leroy Jenkins.
Impatient. This is her home, not ours. You're going to let her kill us.
I'll probably die, to be honest, because probably letting her chase us was better this time.
You charge headlong into the princess, blade flashing in the dim light of the basement.
Dude, she's got thighs for days, and I am here for it.
Yes, 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 yes! Finally, you get it!
For a moment, the scales feel balanced, each of you inflicting debilitating wounds on the other, striking in a dizzying synchronicity. But it isn't long before they tip in her favor. The cuts and bruises you've inflicted seem little more than superficial, barely so much as slowing her down as she continues her onslaught. You, in contrast, finding it harder to stand as your body gradually becomes less responsive, less powerful, less stable. You can tell she's trying to make it last, but all it would take is one meaningful strike. The coup de grace.
This was good, but you could have been so much better. I'm beyond you now.
I'm sorry. I tried.
Here it comes. I'll see you all on the other side.
Oh, punchies. Oh, she stopped? Oh. Yeah, I was actually kind of hoping she'd, like, mess me up.
Gone. And there's that. But it feels so bad. The thing reeks of death. Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
Okay. I'd like to be somewhere nice.
Maybe there'll be a good fight there. Maybe we'll find her again.
In a way. Boink. I've unraveled.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
What are your thoughts on this vessel?
This one yearns to grow and struggle. Even now I feel a will pushing against mine, not realizing that we are one. She will make for a fierce heart. Do not mourn her. We will provide her with the growth she fought for.
I've asked all of these questions before, so the only thing I haven't done is waiting, but I think I want to actually get to the end of this. I don't want to wait, right? So, what do you think, chat? Just ready to go back, or should I just stay with her? Yeah, I don't know that waiting will work. Yeah, there's an option. If this is the last stage before your completion, then I'm not going back. I'm just gonna stay here. I don't know. I really don't know if it'll work or not. Let me see.
You've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time. I'll wait with you.
Wait.
I will see you when you return. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping?
Huh.
If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage? You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
What? Is that what waiting does? Did the game crash, or is that what waiting does? What?
You have returned to me.
Oh my god!
Though you were gone mere moments, I never left your side.
Oh my god, that's really cool! Oh my god, that was so cool! Holy crap! Alright, I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here.
Okay, so it's
Waiting
5
for you.
paths, and then it finishes.